And we say Sitaram to your listeners on Radio Jaagriti, 102.7 FM, our viewers on TV Jaagriti. And those of you joining us home here in Trinidad and Tobago, regionally, internationally as well. Welcome to a special edition of Conversations right here on your number one radio and TV Jaagriti. Of course, at this time, you're accustomed to the program Straight Talk with our CEO, Mr. Lukesh Maharaj. But as we promised you last week, as we promised you on a Monday, when we had no program, we have a special guest with us in the studio, and we're having a special edition of the program, Straight Talk. Of course, we've got with us Professor Peter Baofu with us in studio. Sitaram, and welcome to Radio and TV Jaagriti.
Thank you.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about Peter Baofu.
Well, I am an American author and visionary. I have written more than 160 books in all fields of knowledge, in the social sciences, in the humanities, in the formal sciences, and in the humanities. And I try to propose more than 128 different new theories and visions about the human future in relation to the mind, nature, culture, and society. Ultimately, for some unified theories of everything, not just one, but several of them. And I have been in more than 100 different countries around the world. And I do that intentionally in order to understand humanity on the ground, not just by reading a documentary or watching a film and all that.
So we're privileged and happy that you're sharing some time with us, that we can, looking at our time, so we touch a little bit on crime, a little bit on the politics. Let's shift a little bit to education. What's your vision on education as a whole?
Education nowadays has so many problems.
Yeah.
I don't know which one
so,
you have.
We're seeing more educated people. There are more titles behind their names now than before. Are they really becoming educated, more intelligent human beings?
Now, that is a value judgment question. If you talk to someone who is religious, who is spiritual, then the person will be very unhappy with what he or she sees nowadays about education, or this education is not really to make you more enlightened, and make you more spiritual, but it makes you more like you know what to do, how to get a job, how to impress other people when you go to a job interview, and now they lie, they cheat, they do all this to get more money, how to be corrupt. I was in Colombia, by the way, a few weeks ago, and I went to a museum, and I saw some cartoons. Okay. And one of the cartoons is something like this. There was a man and there was a boy. And the man asked the boy, what do you want to do when you grow up? And the boy said, corruption.
Because that's
because that is where the... and then some other cartoons nearby talking about the corruption in Colombia, among the police, among the government officials and all that. When you look into the context, that is like a satire, by the way. But the point that I'm trying to make over here is that, about education. The educational system that we have nowadays on Earth is not so much for enlightenment. It's more for, especially if you are in the Western world, and the Caribbeans have been influenced by that. Things are very individualistic, very materialistic. And this is what you have to face the consequences.
So we're quickly out of time. It certainly was a pleasure having you here. And as you can tell, listeners and viewers, there's so much that we can talk about and certainly keep going on and on and on. I've got an extensive list here that I can just pull any topic from, and Professor would be able to elaborate on it. But once again, thank you very much for joining us and sharing this hour with us here on Radio and TV Jaagriti.
Okay, thank you very much for the invitation.
So here's where we wrap up this special edition of the program, Conversations, right here on your number one radio and TV Jaagriti. News at 5 is up next.